Hello everyone, my name is Mehmet Tozol and today I'm excited to present my Capstone Project, Microbial Warfare, the role of the microbiome in antibiotic resistance. Now before I dive into the science, I want to start with a quick question for you all. How many times have you heard a doctor or maybe a dentist say, I'll prescribe you some antibiotics so you feel better? Whether you were sick, shadowing someone, or just talking to a provider, it's something we hear all the time. Antibiotics are everywhere in healthcare. They are absolutely critical. They save lives. They help people recover quickly from bacterial infections. But here's the twist. There's something going on beneath the surface that's threatening the power of these medications. It's happening inside your own bodies and it has everything to do with our gut microbiome. Let's break this down. The gut microbiome is this incredibly complex community of trillions of microorganisms that live in our digestive tract. These microbes are crucial. They help break down food, regulate our immune system, protect us from pathogens, you name it. And here's a fun fact about 70% of our immune cells live in the gut. So that means our immune system and our gut microbes are constantly interacting. This makes the gut not just a digestion center, but also an immune control hub. But here's where the problem starts. When we take antibiotics, they don't only target the bad bacteria that are making us sick, they also affect the beneficial bacteria that live in our gut. That disruption creates space for antibiotic resistant bacteria to grow. These bacteria can survive treatment and even spread, and that's when things get dangerous. Now you might be wondering, how exactly does resistance spread from one bacterium to another? The answer is something called horizontal gene transfer. This is a natural process where bacteria literally exchange genetic material, including antibiotic resistance genes, with each other, and they don't need to reproduce to do it. The three major methods they use: conjugation. That's when two bacteria connect and transfer DNA. Think of it like bacterial networking. Transformation. This is when bacteria pick up DNA from their environment, like recycling free-floating genetic code. Transduction. This happens through viruses that infect bacteria and accidentally carry resistance genes from one to another. According to the National Institute of Health, these processes are happening right now in our gut microbiome. That means the resistant bacteria aren't just surviving, they're teaching other bacteria how to resist on antibiotics too. And once that happens, it becomes incredibly hard to treat those infections. So let's talk about why this really matters. When bacteria become resistant to antibiotics, it makes treating infections a lot harder. That means patients stay in the hospital longer, they need stronger or more toxic medications, and in many cases, they might not recover at all. Antibiotic resistance leads to longer hospital stays, higher medical costs, more complications, and most seriously, increased mortality. There's even a term for what could happen if we don't address this: the post-antibiotic era. That's when the antibiotics stop working and even minor infections could become deadly, just like they were before the 1940s. Imagine having a tooth pulled out or a small cut and facing life-threatening infections because no antibiotic can treat it. That's the future we're trying to avoid. So now the big question, what can we do? First, we need new antibiotics, that's obvious, but developing new drugs takes time and resources, and resistance often develops faster than we can invent for cures. So we also need other strategies like probiotics, which help restore and maintain healthy gut bacteria, especially after antibiotic use. Prebiotics, which are basically food for the good bacteria, helping them grow stronger and more resilient. And most importantly, public education. A lot of people don't know when antibiotics are appropriate. They take them for viral infections like colds or the flu. Even though antibiotics don't work on the viruses, overprescribing and misuse are major drivers of resistance, and awareness is our first line of defense. The more people understand the risks of overusing antibiotics and how it impacts their own gut microbiome, the more likely they are to use them responsibly. To wrap things up, antibiotic resistance is real and it starts in the gut. Our microbiome plays a key role in either preventing or promoting resistance. But the good news is we can take action. Whether you're going into healthcare or just making everyday choices, using antibiotics responsibly and supporting gut health can make a big difference. So next time antibiotics comes up, Think about your microbiome and help protect the future of these life-saving medications. Thank you so much for listening. These are my references, and I hope you found this presentation helpful.